Hello everyone, I'm Ngursailova and I'm currently studying MBA second semester in Missouri University. Today, I'm going to discuss about national income and its measurement under the subject Managerial Economics. National income means the value of goods and services produced by a country during a financial year. Thus, it is the net result of all economic activities of any country during a period of 1 year and is valued in terms of money. National income is an uncertain term and is often used interchangeably with the national dividend, national output, and national expenditure. We can understand this concept by understanding the national income definition. The national income is the total amount of income accruing to a country from economic activities in a year's time. It includes payment made to all resources either in the form of wages, interest, rent, and profits. The progress of a country can be determined by the growth of the national income of the country. There are two national income definitions, traditional and modern definition. According to Marshall, the labor and capital of a country acting on its natural resources produce annually a certain net aggregate of commodities, material and immaterial, including services of all kinds. This is the true net annual income or revenue of the country or national dividend. The definition as laid down by Marshall is being criticized on the following grounds. Due to varied category of goods and services, a correct estimation is very difficult. There is a chance of double counting, hence national income cannot be estimated correctly. For example, a product runs in the supply from the producer to distributor to wholesaler to retailer and then to the ultimate consumer. If on every movement commodity is taken into consideration, then the value of national income increases. Also, one other reason is that there are products which are produced but not marked. For example, in an agricultural oriented country like India, there are commodities which though produce but are kept for self-consumption or exchange with other commodities. Thus, there can be an underestimation of national income. Simon Kuznets defines national income as the net output of commodities and services flowing during the year from the country's productive system in the hands of the ultimate consumers. Following are the modern national income definition. GDP, gross domestic product, the total value of goods produced and services rendered within a country during a year is its gross domestic product. Further, GDP is calculated at market price and is defined as GDP at market price. Different constituents of GDP are: number 1, wages and salaries; number 2, rent; number 3, interest; number 4, undistributed profits; number 5, mixed income; number 6, direct taxes; number 7, dividend; and number 8, depreciation. GNP, gross national product. For calculation of GNP, we need to collect and assess the data from all productive activities such as agricultural produce, wood, minerals, commodities, the contributions to production by transport, communications, insurance companies, professions such as lawyers, doctors, teachers, etc. at market price. It also includes net income arising in a country from abroad. Four main constituents of GNP are: point number 1, consumer goods and services; point number 2, gross private domestic income; point number 3, goods produced or service rendered; point number 4, income arising from abroad. GDP and GNP on the basis of market price and factor cost. Market price, the actual transacted price including indirect taxes such as GST, customs duty, etc. Such taxes tend to raise the price of goods and services in the economy. Factor cost, it includes the cost of factors of production, for example, interest on capital, wages to labor, rent for land, profits to the stakeholders. Thus, Services provided by service providers and goods sold by the producer is equal to revenue price. Alternatively, revenue price or factor cost is equal to market price, that is net of net indirect taxes. Net indirect taxes is equal to indirect taxes net of subsidies received. Hence, factor cost shall be equal to market price less indirect taxes plus subsidies. Net domestic product (NDP). The net output of the country's economy during a year is its NDP. During the year, a country's capital assets are subject to wear and tear due to its use or can become obsolete. Hence, we deduct a percentage of such investments from the GDP to arrive at NDP. So, NDP is equal to GDP at factor cost less depreciation. The accumulation of all factors of income earned by residents of a country and includes income earned from the country as well as from abroad. We're going to talk about the measurement of national income. National income is the value of the aggregate outputs of the different sectors during a certain time period. In other words, it is the flow of goods and services produced in an economy in a particular year. Thus, the measurement of national income becomes important. There are three ways of measuring the national income of a country. They are from the income side, the output side, and the expenditure side. Thus, we can classify these perspectives into the following methods of measurement of national income. Methods of measuring national income. Number 1, product method. Under this method, we add the values of output produced or service rendered by the different sectors of the economy during the year in order to calculate the national income. In this method, we include only the value added by each firm in the production process in the output figure. Hence, we use the value added method. The value added output of all the sectors of the economy is the GNP at factor cost. However, this method is unscientific as it adds the value of only those goods and services that are sold in the market or are available for sale in the market. Number 2, income method. Under this method, we add all the incomes from the employment and ownership of assets before taxation received from all the production activities in an economy. Thus, it is also the factor income method. We also need to add the undistributed profits of the private sectors and the trading surplus of the public sector's corporations. However, we need to exclude items not arising from productive activities such as sickness benefits, interest on the national debt, etc. Point number 3, expenditure method. This method measures the total domestic expenditure of the economy. It consists of two elements: consumption expenditure and investment expenditure. Consumption expenditure includes consumption expenditure of the household sectors on goods and services, and consumption outlays of the business sector and public authorities. Investment expenditure refers to the expenditure on the making of fixed capital such as plant and machinery, building, etc. Difficulties in measurement of national income. Following are the difficulties in estimating the national income. Conceptual difficulties. Point number 1. It is difficult to calculate the value of some of the items such as service rendered for free and goods that are to be sold but are used for self-consumption. Number 2. Sometimes it becomes difficult to make a clear distinction between primary, intermediate, and final goods. Number 3. What price to choose to determine the monetary value of national product is always a difficult question. Number 4. Whether to include the income of the foreign companies in the national income or not, because they emit a major part of their income outside India. Statistical difficulties. Number 1. In case of changes in the price level, We need to use the index numbers, which have their own inherent limitations. Number two, statistical figures are not always accurate as they are based on the sample surveys. Also, all the data are not often available. Number three, all the countries have different methods of estimating national income, thus it is not easily comparable. Thank you. National income